So did y'all not get invited to the big dogwood ball next door? That's why y'all here? Can't you say more than I love your dress. I love your earrings. I love your shoes. Junior leaguers, I love junior leaguers. You know why junior leaguers don't like group sex? All them thank you notes. You know, I'm so happy. I'll be 10 years. I've been doing the column. 10 years tomorrow. 9 years. I'm sorry. I came out from Chicago. I love the newspaper business. I've been in the newspaper business for my entire career. And you know what I wonder? Those people everywhere you go are mad at newspapers. You ever know what I'm saying? People are always angry at the paper. People come to me all the time and say, "Why can't newspapers be more truthful and accurate?" It don't cost but a quarter, for God's sake. What do you want? They give you the ball scores for a quarter. They throw me in there for nothing. I ain't in this for the money. Let me tell you, if I wanted to make money, you know what I done? My mama wanted me to be a preacher more than anything in this world. My mama would say, "Son, you'd make $1 million as a preacher." So know that, Mama. What the heck would I spend it on? That's the only thing. Where's me? You know? I love preachers. The preachers are the greatest people in the world. Preachers got more faith than anybody else, you know. I mean, we all waver occasionally. Preacher never wavers. Preacher one time down in Jackson, Mississippi, the Pearl River overflowed his banks. I mean, it's raging river. Preacher sitting up on his front porch, the river all there in his yard. Two guys come by in a rowboat and said, "Preacher, you better get in a rowboat and go thus. That river's rising fast." He said, "Boys, I don't need y'all. I got faith. If I need any help, the Lord will take care of me." They went on off. About an hour later, the river's rising. He's up on top of his roof. Two more fellows come by in a rowboat and said, "Preacher, for the name of goodness, go with us. River's rising." He said, "Boys, hey, I got faith. I need any help, the Lord will take care of me." About an hour later, he's on top of his chimney. Helicopter comes over with a loudspeaker, says, "Preacher, we're going to throw a rope down here. Grab the rope and go with us. There ain't much time." He said, "Boys, you don't understand. I'm a man of the cloth. I got faith. If I need any help, the Lord will take care of me." They went on off. About an hour later, the preacher reached the pearly gates. St. Peter said, "What are you doing here? There ain't time for you. There's something going on." "What happened?" He said, "I know what happened." He said, "Everybody came by. I told them I had faith. I said, if I needed any help, the Lord would take care of me." St. Peter said, "Hell, we sent 2 rowboats and a helicopter. What'd you want?" The thing about preachers, they can't get away with nothing. You know, me and you can ease down to Moose Club and have a cold beer and whatever. They ain't gonna get us, you know. See, preachers can't get away with nothing because the big guy in the sky is always watching them. They can't even think nothing bad, you know. These preachers down there in South Georgia, Methodist, Baptist, Presbyterian, got the weekend off, got a big old Winnebago, got the family in there and wives and everything, driving down to Jekyll Island, the beautiful coast. Take a little weekend off. On the way down there, there's in a horrible accident, kill all 6 of them. They got to heaven. Presbyterian minister walked up to St. Peter and said, St. Peter said, "Can I help you?" And he said, "Yeah, I'm a Presbyterian minister from South Georgia. Just got killed in a bad car wreck. I'd love to get in heaven." St. Peter said, "I'm sure no problem. You've been a minister, but I got to do one thing, and there's one regulation we got. I don't care who comes in there. Ernest, Ainsley, Oral Roberts, it don't matter. I got to check the great book." And he gets the book out and he finds the priest's name and says, "Preacher, I don't know how to tell you this. We got you down here for cardinal sin." Preacher said, "What did I ever do?" Says here that all your life you lusted in your heart for alcohol. You never drank no alcohol, but you lusted for it. That's just as bad. Says here you lusted so great in your heart for alcohol you wouldn't get married till you met a woman named Sherry. I don't believe we'll let you in here. Met this preacher's next, look up his name, said, "I can't believe 2 in a row." Said, "Brother, we got you down here for 1 too." He said, "What did I ever do?" Says here that all your life you lusted in your heart for money. You never had no money, you lusted for it. Said you lusted so great in your heart for money you wouldn't get married till you met a woman named Penny. Old Baptist preacher standing in the back overheard all this. Turned to his wife and said, "Hell, Fanny, me, you might as well get on out of here." You know what I miss about churches today? Ain't nobody talking no church. You go in a church now, you want to take out a loan. I mean, these places got carpets, you know, and the preacher's a doctor, and he talks about things. I remember in the old days, preachers used to get excited. You had some emotion in a church. One time a preacher's up, he wants to get them stirred up this day. He said, brothers, I want to hear some testimony out there. I want to hear somebody talk about what they've been doing. I want to hear something. Tell it all, I want it all from your heart. Fella got up and said, preacher, I've been gambling. Every week I've been taking my wages down and shooting craps, all them old sorry friends. I've been gambling. Preacher said, tell it all, brother, tell it all. Another guy got up and said, preacher, I've been drinking. I've been taking the grocery money every week, been out drinking liquor. Preacher said, tell it all, brother, tell it all. Another got up and said, preacher, last week I made love to a goat. Preacher said, damn, brother, I don't believe I told that. That's an old joke, but a great. Two television preachers met in an airport one day. One of them said, brother, let me ask you a question. He said, how do you decide when your week's receipts come in, what money you going to keep for yourself and what money you going to give to the Lord? And the guy said, very simple. So what I do in my office, I draw a line. And I get all the money in a big old croaker sack every week, and I throw it up in the air, and what money falls on the left I keep, and what falls on the right I give it to the Lord. And said, that sounds good. Said, I do a similar thing. So what do you do? He said, well, I do the same thing. I get in my office, get all that money in a big old croaker sack, throw it all up in there. Whatever God catches, he can keep.